I'm sorry I didn't see your follow-up question earlier. I think if you had properly linked me, if my name had come up, I would have gotten a message. But yeah, the answer to your question is fairly simple. You want to know how you can group two things together so that when you move them, they move together. And let's just take a look at that. Right, I understand your question well. You want to be able to keep two things together while you're moving them. And one way to do it quickly, is to just select it. Um, and you can select them one at a time by holding down the control key. Or you can use the box select method where you just hold down the left mouse button and you drag it over to things you want to group. Now that you have grouped them, you can then slide them down the timeline. Your magnetic timeline turned on right here, then they will slip right into place. You can turn this on, you can turn it off, but you need it when you're moving around. So this is the first and simplest method of moving clips around. It's not a particularly good way because you say you want to retain this relationship. I'll show you a second way to keep them grouped together, but they still have a little bit of the problem with they can get disconnected. So we will again select our things that we want to group together, which is our title and our clip. And this time we will right click on there and we will select the group method. And you'll notice that it turns blue. Now with this method, all we do is click on one thing and it selects both of them all the time. So it doesn't matter which one we select. As long as they're grouped, they will stick together. The danger with this method is that they may become disconnected. And one way would be, for example, that the tracks are not linked together. And we will go ahead and delete a clip, and you'll notice that they're still grouped together. However, they're no longer in the same relationship. I'll do Control Z to reverse what I just did. Okay, we're going to ungroup this, and we'll do it this way. However, unfortunately, the color does not revert to its original color. But now you can move one by itself. So that was step number 2. Step number 3, if you want to make sure that that relationship between your various clips, and it doesn't have to be just 2, it can be 3, 4, 5, whatever you want. You can select them as we did before, and once you have them selected, and you can do a right click, and then you go out and create a compound clip. And you would give it a name that makes sense to you. And once you have the compound clip, they're grouped together. Now, if you want to look to see what these are, there's 2 ways you can get in and do that. The quickest way is just to do a double click, and now you're watching the detail. And you can get back to the original timeline 2 different ways, and the easiest way is to just click the little house. But the second way you can get in and view the detail, you may have many different compound clips within your project, is to click this thing that says main timeline, and here is our compound clip, and now we're in there looking at it. And likewise, once we've made our adjustments, we can then go up here and we can choose main timeline. So that's how you can get in and out of that. And they have recently added another feature. This is kind of a bonus tip for you, whereby you can undo this. You can go up here and you can detach a compound clip. Now, I've not done the current range, but I suspect that's within the clip. You want to get just a certain part detached, but you want to leave everything else combined. But we're just going to do the full clip here. And now it's back to its normal. So we just explored 3 different ways that you could group something. Step number 1 was to just simply select the 2 items and move them. Step number 2 was to select the items, right click and create a group or ungroup. And the third method was to create a compound clip. And right here it's going to create compound clip number 2 because we still have compound clip number 1 up here in our media pane. Once you create a compound clip, it becomes part of the things that you can drag down into your timeline. So we're just going to cancel that. So those are the 3 ways that you can group things and keep them together.